We spent a quick 24 hours in Rhode Island and we packed in a bunch of stuff. I was really surprised by just how much there was to see and do in this place and how much we actually managed to get to in the short period of time that we were there. Come join us and see just what we got up to. We booked at the Hyatt Place Warwick Providence Airport, which is about 8 miles from the city center. It's nice to have a hotel within walking distance of our airport gate. And then the next morning we got up and we took a lift into the city and stopped at a restaurant with some fantastic reviews that we had read online.
We're here in Providence. We decided to start the day at Bayberry Garden. Lori, what are you going to get?
Gluten-free biscuit with jam and butter, and definitely bacon.
All right, let's see how it is.
We heard really good things about the seafood in Rhode Island, so I was pretty eager to try the oysters.
It's very good.
I got the quiche of the day, which had potatoes and scallions. It had a flaky crust and a really good flavor, but having snuck some of the stuff from Lori's plate, I think Bayberry Garden does other dishes even better. We arrived at 10 a.m. when the restaurant opened, and by the time we left, it was really starting to get busy. The restaurant was clean with great service. Our server gave us some great advice and even recommended we go see the Athenaeum in the surrounding neighborhood. Bayberry Garden also had a nice outdoor seating area, and as we were leaving, we saw some folks eating and hanging out with their dogs. So, really, really nice place to have a relaxing breakfast and enjoy yourself on the first morning there.
What was your favorite bite?
The hash browns.
Yeah, hash browns were absolutely incredible. It's one of those things where you take a bite and you go, oh, this is how hash browns are supposed to taste. If you make it to Bayberry Garden in Rhode Island, get the hash browns. But we ate entirely too much, a lot of different items, and they were all very, very good. And they took good care of us too. We asked about how to get some gluten-free chicken on the side, and they were able to help us out and customize our order for us.
Yeah, and then the gluten-free biscuit was really good, but it was served cold. It was served cold, but I asked if they could warm it up a little bit, and that did help it a lot.
Really good food, really good service. Bayberry Garden, good stuff.
After breakfast, it was a maybe 10-minute walk to a store that's listed online as Lovecraft Arts and Sciences, but has the name Weird Providence over the door. They were located inside the Providence Arcade, which is a beautiful, tiny little indoor mall right there in the heart of town. Whatever the name was, they had a lot of Lovecraft-inspired books and decor. If you're looking for offbeat books, memorabilia, and maybe a metal Medusa head, this might be the place for you. I wish I had a few more hours to browse. I could spend all day here, but we had 24 hours and we had a lot more ground to cover, so we had to keep moving. The next place we stopped was the Graduate Hotel. This hotel was originally opened in 1922 under the name of Providence Biltmore Hotel, and it is on the National Register of Historic Places. The hotel is allegedly haunted. On her blog Ramble in Rome, Amy Leggett writes the guests have allegedly seen ghosts on the hotel grounds, heard laughing and noise from phantom parties, and seen a particular ghost that apparently falls past the window from time to time. He's supposed to be from the era of the stock market crash. Now, I'm a skeptic, so in an effort to collect more data, I asked the most likely person to have seen something, on-site security. The security officer verified he worked for the hotel. When I asked if he seen anything weird, he said, "You mean like ghosts?" No, the weirdest thing I see are some of the people that I run into here. So, I don't know if he was talking about me, but he stated he hadn't seen any ghosts. We stopped by to check out this historic landmark and its beautiful and richly appointed lobby and its quirky decorations, including an ancient card catalog and coffee shop. Like I said, I was really hoping maybe to catch sight of something spooky myself, but no such luck. Providence is full of beautiful little spots, green spaces, and unexpected history. This is Burnside Park, named for General Ambrose Burnside, who was a Union general with awesome facial hair. We spent a lot of time just strolling the streets and taking in the views. There are beautiful spots like this one with the river passing by and petals falling from nearby blossoming trees. The city was also full of interesting architectural features. The fleur-de-lis building, the yellow building depicted here, has a well-known facade. It serves as an art studio and was the home of a major character in one of H.P. Lovecraft's most famous works.
We're here at Roger Williams Memorial Park. Now, Roger Williams may not be a figure that many outside of Rhode Island have heard much about, but he's really an important figure in American history and in Western history. Roger Williams founded Rhode Island in 1636, and he did so because he was fleeing religious persecution in Massachusetts, where he had originally settled with the rest of the Puritans. So he came to Rhode Island, 1636, founded it, and he was one of the primary early thinkers that was promoting religious freedom and separation of church and state, which of course subsequently were recognized in the United States in our First Amendment. So his thinking really influenced Western democracy for up until the present, and the Rhode Island government was one of the first governments in the West to recognize separation of church and state. So Roger Williams, really an important figure, and this memorial park is dedicated to him and his history. Really neat experience to be able to be here to see it. All right, so right behind us you can see the original Rhode Island State House. This is where Rhode Island declared independence May 4th, 1776, 2 months before the rest of the colonies. Pretty cool piece of history.
So after Roger Williams Park, it was time to see more of the city. Providence is a college town. There were students from the Rhode Island School of Design in most of the areas we were walking through. It reminded us of our time as students in Gainesville as we passed by people lounging in the grass and enjoying the beautiful weather. Our next major stop was the Providence Athenaeum. Named after the Greek goddess of wisdom, the Athenaeum predates public libraries in the U.S. and dates to a time when members of the town would get together on their own and establish a library as a private collaborative project. The library charges a fee for membership, which funds the staff and maintenance and expansion of the collection. We were able to visit for a suggested donation of $5. The interior was a book lover's dream. Beautiful, expansive, with tons of natural light from the skylights and shelves upon shelves upon shelves of books. You can see the statuary and the busts here. I was jealous of the folks who got to sit in the mezzanine seating, which is only for full members. It looked like such a wonderful place to spend a few hours reading or studying. There was also a stairway leading down to the basement with lots of comfortable seating for those who wanted to hang out there and read. We also got to see the Rhode Island State House from a distance. It apparently has the 4th largest structural dome in the world. We hit all of these sites by about 1 p.m. and headed to the bus station Y to board Route 60 to Newport. Newport, Rhode Island is about 35 minutes from Providence by car or an hour and 15 minutes by bus, at least on the day we rode. The bus ticket cost $2 per person in May of 2025, and there was some nice Rhode Island countryside to be seen along the way. Newport's a touristy coastal town with beautiful buildings and plenty of shopping opportunities. Our very first stop was Cupcake Charlie's, which has apparently been featured on some cupcake-related television programming.
I found Cupcake Charlie's by checking the Find Me Gluten-Free app to see if there was a dessert shop nearby. Cupcake Charlie's had good ratings and recent positive reviews. I got a gluten-free lemon trifle cake cup first. A lot of gluten-free cakes are dry and crumbly, but that was not at all the case here. The trifle had layers of rich lemon cake, vanilla pudding, and whipped cream. I ate it too fast and had to get another one, so I got the gluten-free hot fudge sundae cake cup next, which was also delicious.
We enjoyed our cake and some edible cookie dough while watching tourists walk by the shops and pubs along the busy market street. There were a lot of couples and families just out enjoying the beautiful weather on this day, and there were plenty of things to see and do right there around that area. After a little walking around and shopping, we went to the Brick Alley Pub and Restaurant. Now, I would recommend getting your name on the list as soon as you get into the area. You can give them your phone number and they'll text you when your table's ready. We had about a 20-minute wait. Inside, it's decorated with a decidedly New England nautical theme. It's a little twisty and turny in there. There's a lot of wood paneling. The ceiling fans were even operated by an old school pulley system, or at least it was made to appear that way. We had some solidly decent clam chowder, but it didn't change my life. I think maybe I had overhyped it in my head, but if you're in New England, this is something you gotta do, so we did it. My next dish, however, was stuffies. These stuffed little neck clams are a Rhode Island delicacy, and my order came topped with bacon and had chorizo mixed in it. I could not get enough of these, and my doctor's probably glad I don't live close to Rhode Island, because I would be eating these all the time. Spicy and savory, these stuffies are the best kind of comfort food, and I want to go back right now. The main course was a lobster roll, and Lori got to have one too because they were able to do it on a gluten-free bun. There were huge chunks of lobster in this lobster salad, which was great, but the price did reflect it at $30 for the sandwich. All in all, Providence and Newport were a wonderful place to visit. People were very friendly throughout our time here, and we had some of the best and most unique food we've had the opportunity to eat anywhere. If I had to do it again, I'd probably stay in a hotel in Newport, relax, and soak up the coastal atmosphere. I was surprised just how much I enjoyed Rhode Island, and it goes on my list of recommended destinations.
It's 5 a.m. We're at the airport. It's time to head home. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. This is Places, Plates, and Points.